El Salvador, a small nation in Central America known for its beautiful beaches and lush volcanoes. But behind this picturesque facade lies a history marked by conflict and resilience. The 1980s saw El Salvador consumed by a brutal civil war. This conflict pitted leftist guerrilla groups against the US-backed Salvadoran government. The war was a complex and multifaceted conflict. It was fueled by deep social and economic inequalities. The war tore the nation apart. Families were divided, communities were shattered. This period left an indelible mark on El Salvador. It is a past that continues to haunt the present, but it is also a past that highlights the extraordinary resilience of the Salvadoran people. The Salvadoran Civil War officially ended in 1992. However, the true cost of the conflict extended far beyond the battlefield. Over 75,000 Salvadorans perished during the 12-year conflict. Countless others were displaced from their homes, becoming refugees in their own country or seeking safety abroad. The war left deep societal scars. Trust was broken, communities were fractured, the economy was in ruins. The legacy of violence cast a long shadow. It created an environment where crime and impunity could flourish. El Salvador faced the daunting task of rebuilding. It had to heal the wounds of the past and create a more hopeful future for its people. The post-war period saw the rise of a new threat: gangs. Groups like MS-13 and Barrio 18, born on the streets of Los Angeles, found fertile ground in El Salvador's traumatized society. Many gang members were deported back to El Salvador after the war. They brought with them the violence and criminal structures of American gangs. These gangs quickly gained a foothold in marginalized communities. They exploited the poverty, lack of opportunities, and weak law enforcement. Extortion, drug trafficking, and violence became commonplace. Gangs exerted control over entire neighborhoods. They instilled fear in the population. Daily life became a struggle for many Salvadorans. They were caught in the crossfire of gang violence. The government seemed powerless to stop the rising tide of criminality. El Salvador was once again facing a crisis. Section 4. A New Hope. The Bukele era begins. In 2019, Nayib Bukele, a young and charismatic businessman, was elected president of El Salvador. Bukele promised a break from the past. He pledged to tackle gang violence head-on and restore security to the country. His approach was unconventional and often controversial. He implemented a state of emergency and deployed the military to patrol the streets. He cracked down on gang activity, arresting thousands of suspected members. Bukele's policies, while criticized by some human rights groups, have had a dramatic impact on crime rates. Homicides, extortion, and other gang-related crimes have plummeted. Section 5. Territorial control, a controversial strategy. Central to Bukele's security strategy is the Territorial Control Plan. This multi-pronged approach aims to regain control of gang-ridden areas. The plan involves a heavy security presence in high-crime neighborhoods. It also focuses on social programs to provide opportunities for at-risk youth. The government invests in education, job training, and community development projects. The goal is to address the root causes of gang violence. The Territorial Control Plan has been credited with significantly reducing crime. However, it has also drawn criticism for its heavy-handed tactics. Some argue that it infringes on civil liberties and targets individuals solely based on their appearance or residence. Section 6. A brighter future, hope on the horizon. El Salvador's transformation is far from complete. Challenges remain, and the long-term success of Bukele's policies is yet to be seen. However, there is a sense of cautious optimism in the air. The streets are safer, people are returning to neighborhoods they once abandoned, tourism is booming, El Salvador is shedding its image as a violence-plagued nation. The journey has been long and arduous, but the Salvadoran people who have endured so much are finally daring to dream of a brighter future. A future where peace prevails, and their children can inherit a nation free from fear.